Hi guys, so I wanted to do this a different way. So today we're going to be seeing if I can dupe this. Sorry, the light's on it. It's a very dull day in the UK, story of my life really. So it's obviously the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette, absolutely gorgeous. I want to try and do a look as well. I actually want to do 3 looks. If I can get 3 looks out of this and this. So it's the first time I'm going to be using this one today. Right, I think the best thing to do is swatch them all. Look at both palettes and see what looks similar. So let me put you over there. Right, so let's go in with the shades that I know that look similar. So we'll start off with the Peanuts palette first. So we've got one in the Peanuts palette called Wishy Washy. That one there. So that's just a cream ivory shade. And what I'll do is I'll put them on my wrist. You're not going to see them obviously. I'll put them on my wrist. And you can see it when I do that. So the Peanuts one is going to go on this side. And then the Natasha Denona one is going to go on this side. So for Natasha Denona, it's called Fair. I think it's a little bit darker. Yeah, it definitely looks a smidge darker. Yeah, it is. Can you see? Natasha Denona, Peanuts. What have we got now then? Is it the same amount of shades? 5, 10, 15, yeah. I think that Home Run shade there, this one here, Home Run, I think it's going to be the same or a similar to Filigree, this one here. So let's swatch them and see what they look like. So Home Run is that one there. And then Filigree. Filigree is a lot smoother. It almost looks darker as well. Yeah, that's much darker. Maybe we'll... You can see how much darker it is. Now, if I can't get any shades that are similar, then I'm obviously not going to use these palettes. Maybe I'll just do a look with this. But then the Peanuts palette's got like a really light brown in it. I don't think it's got a shade like it in here. Let's move on to the next one. Then we've got Unlucky. So, Young'un and Unlucky. There's no shades like that in the Natasha Denona. Then we've got Joe Cool. Right, let's try this. So, Joe Cool, that one there. I really thought this would be a dupe, you know. That looks quite a dupe for the Natasha Denona one. I think that would look similar. You're not being able to see it. I think Joe Cool would look similar to Filigree. They look really, really similar. So that's a shade to keep in mind. Right, next shade is Friendship. It's like a peachy shade there. I don't think there's any shade like that either. No, I wouldn't say so. Then we've got like some pinky shades here. So Candy and Yes Ma'am. I'd say Candy is going to be more like Wit from the Natasha Denona palette. Let's see. So Wit is that one there. I don't think you'd tell a difference. They're not exact, but I don't think you'd see a difference. I'm going to insert a picture so you can see what we're looking at as I'm talking about it. Well, I could use that if I wanted to. Then we've got Zigzag. This one here. Is there anything similar in the Natasha Denona palette? Maybe Delilah, that one there. Let's try them too. I think when it comes down to it, the Peanuts palette is more pigmented because the Natasha Denona palette has got all these special shades in it. So that is definitely more pigmented than Delilah. Yeah, that one goes there. Delilah. No, that one's got more brown in it, it's more warm toned, whereas the Peanuts one is more cool toned, so they don't go. I think Hopscotch, this one here, is more of a dupe for Fair, so we just need to keep that in mind. One let's just do it actually. So let's do Fair again. And then Hopscotch. No, not really. I'm not doing so well, am I, so far? Then we've got Sunday. This one here, I don't think I've got anything like that in the Natasha Denona. I Need a Nude. No. Then we've got Charles. This one here. So that's just like a chocolate brown. So let me see what I've got here. Yeah, Tender in the Natasha Denona. So let's try these. Even if I can only get one look, that looks the same. You know, it's better than nothing. And I haven't put eyeshadow on today, so I need to do this look. Right, so I said Tender, didn't we? So it's this one here from the Natasha Denona palette. Yeah, they're not similar at all. Then we've got Pigpen in the Peanuts palette. That one there. Okay, then the only one I can think of trying is Silhouette, but I think it's going to be too dark. Yeah, those two aren't similar at all. I think, if anything, Silhouette and Charles are more similar, so I could wear them. Just let me sit back and let me see what I could use now. Right, I do think these would look similar on the eye. This is very, very much lighter. I think that's Joko from Peanuts. I just don't think I've got any other shades that would look similar. I feel like the Peanuts palette is just more pigmented. That's what it comes down to. And like I said, you're getting a lot of like, she brought out a lot of like sheer toppers in this palette, like Delilah, Sheen. Let's just do this Delilah one again. Maybe Delilah would probably go better with Joe Cool. Let's put it at this side. Yeah, I think Delilah would go better with Joe Cool. I need some wipes at this point. I am going to show you the swatches. Let's pick out the eyeshadows that I want to use, so I know. So, from Natasha Denona, all over the lid shade, we're going in with Delilah. So let's do that one first. And I'll only be doing kind of a one look. I wanted to do more. I wanted to do 3 looks. Did I dupe the palette well? But I'll only be doing one look with it because I don't feel like I've got enough eyeshadows that do dupe the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude. Like when you hold them up against one another, they do look similar, but I don't think they are. So going in with Joe Cool. Yeah, even looking at that, it's not the greatest, but we're going to do it because, like I said, I've got no eyeshadow on. All I need is a crease and an outer V shade. That's all I need. Right, we're going with Young. Yeah, we're going with Youngin. It's the lightest one from the Peanuts palette. It's going to look the way it's going to look, guys. So that's that one. I think Wit is going to be the closest. Might have to mix a couple of shades. So Wit is a bit peachier. Yeah, can you see how much peachier it is? Maybe if I put a bit of a cool tone brown over the top of it. Maybe if I put some Vague over the top of it, it will settle that down. And still, that's darker. I wonder if I put this Yes Ma'am from the Peanuts palette over the top of what I've got on. Yeah, they're looking almost identical. Them two though, you can see they're not. I think you'll be able to see the difference. I do really feel like Joe Cool, because that one's Delilah, isn't it? I wonder if Home Run is a better one. Oh, Home Run is more of a dupe. So, let me show you. Let me take that Joe Cool out. Sorry, we will get there sometime today, guys. And then Home Run. That one there. They're a little bit similar. And then we just need kind of a outer V, a dark outer V. Guys. So it's going to be a dark brown that we're using. There's no shade that matches it. What I'm going to have to do, go in with Pigpen from this palette here. And then going with Tender from the Natasha Denona. They're not going to be an exact match, but you can see they're not an exact match. Maybe can go in with a bit of silhouette as well to make it a little bit more of a match. And that's gone even darker now. So I wonder if Charles will help. Not really. Right, we're not going to use a Natasha Denona shade for that because there isn't one. We'll just use this one here from the Rude Cosmetics because it's mainly testing the Rude Cosmetics palette out anyway. So let's just get into it, shall we? I've got my base on. So, shall we say, right eye, Rude Cosmetics Peanuts palette, left eye, Natasha Denona. I'm going to use the same brushes, but I will wipe them in between. So first of all, then we're going in with Candy, aren't we? So that one there. No. Right. I think I said I was going to go in with Yes Ma'am, didn't I? Right, we'll do the Natasha Denona side first and then I'll decide for sure. We're going to go in with Wit. No, they're not similar at all. And normally I get it as close so you can't really tell that I'm using different eyeshadows. Today I think you're going to be able to tell. Good job I'm not going anywhere but my mum's. Because she'll be like, are you wearing different eyeshadows? Because you can definitely tell at the moment. Right, we'll leave that there. We need to go in with like a brownish shade on this side. What shade did I say I was going in with? Was it Yes Ma'am? I don't think that's going to work. Probably end up putting some brown in as well. I mean, it's definitely neutralising it. Can see it neutralising in the crease. But let's go in with Youngin to add a little bit of brown. Right, that's looking more like the other side. Phew. Right, for the brow bone, the eye's slightly different. I do want to go in with Wishy Washy just to test it out. And then I'll use Fair from the Natasha Denona palette. I mean, this side is still looking a bit more peachy. Wonder if I can get a light brown on that to neutralise it a bit. I could try Vague. That one there. I have used this Natasha Denona palette so much. And I haven't used the Peanuts palette at all, apart from today. Right, so for the Peanuts palette, I said I wasn't going to go in with a shade from the Natasha Denona palette. We're just going to go in with... Maybe I'll do a mix of Pigpen and Charles. Just there isn't a shade for me to use from the Natasha Denona. There's plenty of brown, it's just not the same. Now I need some glitter glue on. Just using the usual culprit. Let's tight line. So we're going to go in with this Ted Baker black eyeliner I've got. So, I mean, it is a black eyeliner, but it might be called something different. No. I'm really making a conscious effort to use it. Oh. Right, and then we'll put on this Wayne Goss Essentials Eye Core pencil. Oh. Right. Okay, so what shade did I say? Home Run, that was it. So we're going to go in with Home Run now. The Peanuts palette. I'm looking forward to seeing how well the shimmers look. Ooh. And at the end I will come close and I'll even take a picture so you can really see if they are that similar. I do feel like this eye looks browner. Will you be able to notice it? I don't think that much, no. Especially as I'm going right up to the crease practically with this eyeshadow. I don't know what I'm going to wear for in a corner, but isn't that pretty? That is stunning. What I'm thinking about now, I love Delilah from Natasha Denona, I Need a Nude. Will this be just as good or prettier than Delilah? So that's Delilah. Delilah isn't as pigmented, so we'll have to go in a few times with that to get the same opacity, or pigment, should I say. So there's enough there on the brush, I should imagine. There's not near enough as much glitter as there is on the Rude Cosmetics. And I always thought this one was a glittery eyeshadow. I mean, they do look similar. I would say they look similar. I can tell the difference. I don't think you can in the camera. Let's just blend this out. This side just looks more metallic. And it's actually nicer than the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude. So if you want that palette, and you're not on a no-buy, I don't want to trigger anyone, you're not on a no-buy, I'd recommend the Rude Cosmetics one. Desi got mine from Marshalls for $13.99. Yeah, I would say this side is better. So that's the Rude Cosmetics side. That's the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude side. This side's more sparkly, and if you know me, I do love a good sparkly side. Let me see if I can use Muse, because this is more pigmented, just so I can give a fair review of what's going on. So I'm going to go in with this side of the brush. So this is a different brush now, well, to the other one that we're using. Now that's looking more silver than anything, so I need to go back in with Delilah. Maybe if I mix Delilah and filigree together, I think it would look too dark. Take that off, go back in with Delilah. Yeah, this side is looking a little bit darker, but unless you're right there, you're not going to see how much darker it's looking. I can notice it, because obviously I put the eyeshadows on me. Even here, like, you can notice this one is a little bit darker. But I just thought I'd do the video more for my interest than anything, but I thought since I was doing it, you might want to see it as well. Right, I'm going to go in with the 17 Another Level mascara. Just such a bloody great mascara, this. Sometimes I just do 2 coats, another time I do 3. Right, so we need a lipstick and then we're done. Shall I just go into the high end? I feel like I need a red one. You know, some of these are going to have to go soon. Shall I try this one? Because I really don't know how I feel about this one. This is the Ciate and Olivia Palermo in Velveteen. Crease on both eyeshadows looks very, very similar. Now I'm looking at it close up in the mirror. Just going to blend it both out a little bit more. And definitely from a distance you wouldn't notice. No, I've put my mirror like quite a distance away and you can't tell. But yeah, this is today's look. So this is what we're looking like. Very, very glam. Like I said, I won't be doing any more looks, but I will be doing at least another 3 looks with the Peanuts palette, I think. I just need to remember what shades I've used today. I don't want to be all repetitive. So that's what it looks like. So obviously we've used Home Run, Wishy Washy, which I'll always use Wishy Washy anyway in the brow bone. I've used Candy, I've used Yes Mom, I've used Charles, I've used Pigpen. There's still quite a lot of shades that I need to use. I'm not going to obviously use the entire palette. I only want to do 3 days, 3 looks with it, as well as the look that I've done now. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with what I've created. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Okay, so here's the 2 palettes again. So next I've had to do the swatches. So on the left is the Peanuts palette. And on the right is the Natasha Denona. There's a few shades that look very, very similar. Could probably get more than one similar look, which I thought you could only get one similar look yesterday. But definitely I'd be able to get more than one similar look. So I'm just giving you a close-up of the swatches. And I'll also take a photograph and input it into the video as we go along.